Here's how I turned my old Hermes wig from this
into this.
Now this is something worth worshipping, darling.
But yes, as a Hermes worshipper, I thought he deserved better, so I gave him better. And this is what we were starting with. For a lot of my Hermes stuff, I clipped it up in a colour clip at the back because it's so ratty and tatty. Look at this. This wig was originally styled for Billy Hargrove from Stranger Things.
Some people are white guys in 1985. White guy, 1985.
And it's, in need of a big refresher, so that's what we're going to do today. I mean, it doesn't even look like it has a hairline, and it's a lace front. She deserves so much better, so we're going to treat her. I mean, she also just started off as a basic brown wig from Amazon, so... Since I'm not starting with a fresh wig, I need to completely reset this one. To do that, I'm going to take my steamer and I'm going to straighten her out, detangle her, cut out any knots that I need to, and get us back to square one, basically. After 40 minutes to an hour of detangling, I've given her a new hairline with the steam and completely gotten rid of all the curls and tangles. My god, I never want to do that again. But it was nowhere near as worse as re-pin curling it, which took, I kid you not, about 3 hours because I had to keep trying and redoing it and I didn't like them. But basically for this, you are taking a section of hair not too big, curling it, pinning it, and then once you have a good chunk of them, you are applying steam, and once it has cooled down, you then remove the pin.
The reason that we wait for it to cool down before we let the pin out is because synthetic hair fibers are basically plastic, right? So when you heat it up, it will change form, it will become moldable and malleable, like if you'd microwaved a plastic container that was too thin, right? But then once it has cooled down, it hardens and it holds that shape. So if you were to let it out once it was still warm, it would eventually, the weight of it would loosen it and you'd end up with waves, which if you wanted waves, great, but we wanted tight little ringlets, which is why I waited for it to cool down completely before I let it out. I also gave it a little bit of spritz of hairspray and let that dry before I let it out as well.
And now we're moving on to glitter.
I love glitter.
My favourite bit. Oh, it's going to be so pretty. Mix some clear glue with glitter to make it look shiny. And this bit's real tricky to film when you forget you have a tripod, but I basically just used a little silicone thing I had and carefully put some on. I was going with the less is more approach, where I wanted it to look like just little highlights, as opposed to when I last did this and I just covered the entire wig in sparkles. I just took my ADHD meds for the first time in a couple weeks, in case you couldn't tell. But yeah, so this is how it was looking as I was going further on. You just want to sort of go around and add whatever you wanted. I like doing the contrast as opposed to doing... Usually I match the glitter up with the style of wig, but look how pretty it is! And yeah, this is the finished piece. Could I have done a better job? Absolutely. Was I going to put more time in? Absolutely not. Not gonna lie, this style of tutorial was so much more fun than my usual one, so if you want more like this, singing is my passion, then let me know. Editing this was my productive procrastination. I'm now going to write the next episode of Sharkbait Riptide. If you want to check out Sharkbait Riptide or Sharkbait or any of the other games I make, you can check them out right now via the link in the description. If not, thank you for being here. Hit like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I'll see you in the next video.
See you later.
Don't thank me, friends. I'm not the one who invented this technique. Then who did? Good luck.